The Property Bulletin by London Property, the home of superprime.
Charlie Bryant, CEO of Zoopla's parent company Houseful, argues that private landlords in Britain are being squeezed out due to rising taxes, high mortgage rates and increased regulation. Traditional mom-and-pop landlords are finding it less financially viable, paving the way for pension funds and private equity firms to dominate the rental market through the build-to-rent model. Bryant cites the removal of tax relief on buy-to-let mortgages and the 3% stamp duty surcharge on second homes as significant deterrents. The buy-to-let mortgage sector has recently shrunk for the first time since its inception in 1996. Under Labour's proposed housing plans, corporate build-to-rent investors are likely to thrive, given the government's goal to build 1.5 million homes. This model, already prevalent in the US and Germany, is growing in the UK, with more than 90,000 build-to-rent flats now available. Bryant highlights the need for varied housing solutions, including social and affordable rent, to meet the demands of high net migration and a growing population. He also suggests reforms in the mortgage market, such as using rental payment histories to assess affordability, and overhauling the property purchasing process to reduce transaction uncertainty and costs. As the rental market shifts towards larger institutional landlords, the role of traditional private landlords diminishes, emphasizing a significant change in the UK property landscape. Adele and her fiancé Rich Paul may be planning to move back to the UK after her Las Vegas residency ends this autumn. The couple, who got engaged in Tottenham, North London, where Adele grew up, are considering settling in her £11 million Kensington home near her mother's flat. Adele, who spent 2 years in Los Angeles, owns multiple properties in the US, including Sylvester Stallone's former mansion, which she's renovating extensively. Her son Angelo, 11, could be starting secondary school in the UK, aligning with their potential move. Adele has been seen in London recently, and sources suggest she will return permanently after her Vegas shows end in November. Her assistant has already moved back to the UK. Despite engagement rumours, the couple celebrated their proposal at Chiltern Firehouse, with plans for a grand wedding next year. A new lender, April Mortgages, is offering home buyers and homeowners the option to borrow up to 6 times their annual salary, which is higher than the traditional 4.5 times income offered by most lenders. This means a couple earning a combined £75,000 could borrow up to £450,000. While this higher loan-to-income ratio can help buyers afford more expensive properties, it requires careful consideration due to the higher repayment amounts. For instance, a £480,000 mortgage at 5.17% interest over 30 years would cost £2,627 monthly, which might be unaffordable for many. April Mortgages also offers fixed-rate terms of up to 15 years and loans up to 95% of a property's value. However, their interest rates, although slightly better than the market average, are generally higher than those offered by competitors like Barclays and Nationwide. Experts caution that borrowing such a high amount relative to income can be risky, especially if financial circumstances change. Potential borrowers are advised to consider their ability to meet repayments and explore all available options before committing. On July 27, 2024, Historic Houses launched a campaign to reform the VAT system for listed buildings. This initiative aims to alleviate the financial burden on heritage destinations across the UK, which currently face significant costs on repairs, maintenance and restoration due to VAT. This move is crucial as these historic structures not only contribute to the character of their locales, but also attract tourism and investment. The campaign includes a comprehensive research survey conducted by Harlow Consulting to gather data on how much VAT is paid by heritage destinations and the potential benefits of a rebate scheme. This survey marks the first detailed study on the issue and seeks input from all owners and managers of listed buildings that are open to the public for at least 28 days a year. Ben Cowell, Director General of Historic Houses, emphasised the need for this research to build a strong case for VAT reform with government ministers. Sarah Roller, Policy Manager at Historic Houses, highlighted the economic and cultural benefits of heritage properties and stressed the importance of government support through a more favourable VAT regime. She noted the challenging economic conditions, including the cost of living crisis and the shortage of skilled tradespeople, which have compounded the difficulties for the tourism and heritage sector. The aim of the proposed VAT cut is to incentivise custodians of listed buildings to undertake necessary repairs and maintenance projects. This would help address the substantial backlog of repairs, estimated at around £1.38 billion, exacerbated by the pandemic. Dr. James Ledgard of Harlow Consulting underscored the importance of broad participation in the survey to strengthen the case for VAT reform. The survey focuses on key areas such as the financial impact of VAT, the condition of heritage properties, and their role in the community. Historic Houses represents 1,450 Grade 1 and 2 independently owned listed houses, castles and gardens across the UK. In 2022, these sites welcomed over 21 million visitors, generating over £1 billion for the economy and supporting over 32,000 full-time equivalent jobs. Notable members include Benham Palace and Highclere Castle. The fatal shooting of a 15-year-old schoolboy in Ladbroke Grove highlights the severe divide between the affluent and impoverished in this West London area, known for its million-pound homes and housing estates. Ladbroke Grove has a history of conflict, from the Notting Hill riots of 1958 to protests in the 1970s. Recent events, including a deadly shooting and stabbings at the Notting Hill Carnival, underscore ongoing tensions. Ladbroke Grove features homes averaging over £2.7 million, while nearby estates face significant poverty. The borough of Kensington and Chelsea has seen a rise in social housing, contributing to the stark contrast within the area. The income gap in this borough is the largest in the UK, with wealthy areas like Handstown contrasting sharply with poorer areas like Golborne and Swinbrook. Educational disparities are also evident, with prestigious private schools coexisting with underperforming public schools in close proximity. Educational attainment varies widely, with lower degree rates and higher numbers of unqualified individuals in Ladbroke Grove. Employment rates have dropped, and unemployment is significant. Crime is a persistent issue, with Ladbroke Grove experiencing a high rate of knife crime compared to more affluent nearby areas. Local youth worker Jediah Ali describes Ladbroke Grove as deeply divided, with luxury homes next to struggling estates. Rising tensions among young people and inadequate systemic responses to violence are ongoing concerns. The divide in Ladbroke Grove is a microcosm of broader social and economic inequalities, necessitating targeted efforts to address the root causes of conflict and poverty in the area.
Subscribe to our newsletter to receive our weekly bulletins and stay ahead of what's shaping the super prime property market.